Good afternoon. It's June the 17th, 2015. Time to wrap it up. We came in this morning with the idea that resistance was at 95 to the buck and support was at 80 to 85. And that was the sell zone and this was the buy zone. Just extremely tough trading and just nothing going on in this first hour. Although it was a B and the market was slowly working its way lower. It breaks right here. We get big waves of selling coming in front of the FOMC announcement. I said before it opened up that the trade that had the most potential was to the long side, just because it had been sold down. But very, very choppy, very, very difficult trading, and then you had news that could really move the market in a big way. Now, this information in this bar right here, the first when news hits the market, your first buy zone is here. Your second buy zone is where the news, in this case, the news hit the market, and the third would be where the value area low was. So this information that's in these bars really can give you a leg up. So the market comes up, you get a good sell signal here. It comes right back down into this area, and it essentially holds. And when you see it start to come back up, we got deceleration. The bars are getting narrower. You can take a trade to the long side, and the market eventually gets back up and makes a new intraday high. So the assessment of the market was correct. The trading was miserable until the market actually broke right in here. Then you had this trade right here. You'd have been lucky to get a scratch. A reverse RTF right here off of that bar would have been a plus. Didn't actually trigger right here off that S, but it was a retest failure, and it's a plus. And then the buys kick in. But there's two trades all day long that got the setup that we looked for that would have made you some money. So the assessment was pretty good, and the trading was really less than slow most of the day. Okay, looking at this screen, the F1 screen on the E-mini, higher low, higher high, that makes you a buyer tomorrow. Looking at the F2 screen, multiple distributions, but when it's all said and done, it is a P that was put in backwards, and P's that are put in backwards, short covering, not new buying. So we're set to trade higher tomorrow. So on the assumption that we close this 95 area, I'd say 99.01 will be sell 1. Then 4 to 6 will be sell 2. On the buy side, based really big wraps, 90.92 for Globex, buy 1, and 85.87 buy 2. We do have news tomorrow that could shake things up. Jobless claims if it's the only piece of news it'll be paid attention to. It's on its default 275. CPI, this is not good. There is no inflation. Plus 0.5. Core, plus 0.2. Current account, cut the budget deficit in half. It's only running at $116 billion. 12 times that's over $1 trillion. Yeah, this is just, it's insanity, but that's where we are. Philly Fed at 8. That's not a very big number. The Empire Manufacturing number was supposed to be 5.9, came in at -2. LEI, and again, no one pays any attention to this because of the interest rate component at +4. Because interest rates haven't been allowed to move. And then natural gas inventories. I'd say this Philly Fed definitely going to be looked at. Jobless claims first. Then the CPI could get a pretty hard look tomorrow too. So we have some news that'll drive the trading, and we'll get after it early in the morning. I think the easiest trade once again to see is going to be failure to take out and hold 2100. If that's the case, we could have ourselves a pretty good short setting up. Okay, looking at the 10-year. Trying to look at the 10-year. Get down into this grayed out stuff. We've got an outside day. That usually means a trading range. And we're going to have a big whip on our F2 screen. So I think the trade's going to be, selling failure to take out 8 to 12. I'm being forced to write that in to the screen right here, and then the backup cell will be 15 to 19. Nothing happened today that really is going to make anybody jump out fundamentally and buy the bond or the note, but what we do have is a lot of shorts in the market. That could be the dynamic that takes us up. We're at 4.5 right now for Globex, 29 to 01, and then back down to our 17 to 21. Don't think we have a shot at our number 2 levels until the session tomorrow. Okay, looking at the 30-year. What a day. What a wrap. Man, it just is. Had a low of 49.18. Market rallies up off that news to 51.04. That's like almost 2 points plus. Big market. It did not go back and take out the overnight session. Yesterday's highs. It did not take out the day session high. The knob spread actually came in about a full point today. So knob spread buying and selling is going to drive this market. M started at 51.02. We're at 23, so 27 to 31. Let's make it failure to take out 28 to the buck. I think that's a little bit easier to see. And then 7 to 11 for sell 2. On the buy side, 13 to 17 buy 1. And then 1 to 5 buy 2. But getting back just how the spreaders are going to play it. Looking at gold. Again, extremely quiet trading in gold. So we're going to do this and maintain some perspective. So we're trying to trade up. We've got a equal low, and we did go a little bit higher. So this one, going to try to trade higher off profile information off our number 1 screen. On our number 2 screen, traded from 74 to 88, about 150 ticks. So, I mean, we're right there. 89 to selling failure to take out 90. And then 95, 97 for sell 2. On the buy side, we broke it out at 82, so 80 to 82 buy 1. 75, 77 buy 2. We sound like a broken record on that buy 75, 77, but it's been working out pretty well. Can't argue with success. Although, put that into the political arena, I can't argue with success. Everything that historically that has been true, that has worked based on human nature, is discarded at the political level. It really is a great deal of what we do in the room is based on human beings being hardwired and doing the things the same way they always do it. Same way, and we just know how it works. And you get into the government, a lot of these government programs and a lot of government experimentation, and they turn things upside down. They completely ignore human nature. Okay, right now crude is where it is, so resistance is 25 to 50. Sell 1, we get through that. 75 to 61 for the overnight. If it were in the day session, I'd make it 60, 50 to 75 and 61 plus, but for the Globex session, we'll pull it in a little bit. And on the buy side, 59.50, 75 buy 1, and 59, 59 and a quarter buy 2. Change for change's sake is not really good, and you can see that in examples of your own trading when you come in, and if somebody were to totally change your screens for you with screens that were clearly better than your studies, and they could prove it before they did that, it'd take you a while to assimilate and to change, and you'd always want to be going back to looking at what you'd done before. So it's really difficult. My point is, it's difficult to change who we are and what we are. Even at the point of a gun, and that's why dictatorships and tyranny always fails, is that you can't overcome man's basic need or quest for freedom as much as you try, and most of the world continually tries to overcome that, but it always fails to be immediately tried again. So human nature, that's what we're going to key off of right here. Higher low, higher high for the euro. It says find a place to buy it. Dollar got slammed because the Fed did not raise interest rates today, or say when they were going to raise interest rates, and it's been under pressure, so, and it took the euro up. I don't think it'll hold those gains, so we're at 47 right now. Sell 1, 75 area plus or minus, and 114 will be sell 2. This contract has regularly rewarded us when it's rallied a couple of points to fade it in London, or when it's been hit a couple of points faded in London. Okay, the breakout came from 34, so getting down into this area right here, we'll make 25, buy 1, and then the buck for buy 2. And that's it for June 17th, 2015. You all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. And I'm out of here.